Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Drag Race España episode Trace. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to like this video, comment down below what you thought about this episode, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's get this video started. Alright. Before we get into this video, I do want to say thank you guys for watching. And as they say in Spain, hola, bienvenidos a mi canal. Yeah, and like I was saying in this video, I'm going to be reviewing Drag Race España episode 3. In this video, the queens had to do magazine photo shoots, where they also had to do acting for the magazine. And I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts and my opinions, and this will be including pictures from the episode so you can get an idea of what I'm referring to as I'm talking about the episode. So, also I do want to give another quick shout out. I know I've been giving this shout out in a lot of my videos, but two of my best friends launched a candle company, Melting Ivy Candle Co. You can check them out on Etsy. Truly some of the best candles I've ever had. Cannot recommend enough. I will put their link down below again, like I have been, so definitely go check them out. But, now that that's out of the way, let's get into this episode of Drag Race España. Obviously, this episode started out with the queens walking back into the workroom after the elimination of Drag Volcano. I'm still upset about Volcano being eliminated because Volcano was one of my favorite performers that we got to see in this season, because I feel like Volcano brought something that I personally hadn't seen a lot of on Drag Race. Again, I'm mostly familiar in the world of Drag Race. I'm trying to expand my horizons, but I hadn't seen anything like this before. So I really enjoyed Volcano. I thought they brought a very interesting touch with their drag. So having Volcano eliminated second didn't make sense in my fantasy. Maybe that's just me. Definitely leave a comment down below what you thought about that. But the episode starts off with the queens walking back into the workroom after Volcano was eliminated, and Arantxa has to wipe off Volcano's message, and then they're all talking about things Volcano left behind. Volcano left their headpiece behind, apparently, so that happened. And they're just getting out of drag all around the table. People are like congratulating Arantxa for surviving the lip sync, and then obviously congratulating Carmen Farala for winning the previous episode. I'm really enjoying Carmen Farala. I think Carmen is just a gorgeous queen, and I really like what they're bringing to the table this season, and I think they will definitely go far in this season. If I were to speculate in terms of who I can see going far, I can definitely see Carmen going very far this season. Anyways, now let's get into this next day in the workroom. Obviously, the episode starts out with Suprema walking into the workroom and introducing a mini challenge. I really like Suprema. I really like them. I think they're a really good host, and I think they do a really good job. Again, I'm not from Spain, but I think they're a very good host. From the seasons I've seen of other franchises, I would rank Suprema pretty high. Anyways, for the mini challenge this week, the queens have to get into quick drag and play a game of football, or as we call in the US, soccer. I personally grew up playing soccer a little bit, so I've really enjoyed watching this, and I love watching a good soccer game. I love watching the World Cup. Anyways, unrelated, but I thought this was a fun mini challenge, especially when you look in soccer is a big part of Spanish culture, so, or football, I should say, football is a big part of Spanish culture, so I thought that was a really cool way to bring that into their franchise. I thought some of the queens did really well. It was fun. I will say, in the end, obviously the winner of the mini challenge was Killer Queen, so congratulations to Killer Queen. Killer Queen out of drag, by the way, is very cute. I'm just putting that out there. Killer Queen is probably the one I'm the most attracted to out of drag, just saying. Don't know why I felt like putting that there, but it's there. So congratulations to Killer Queen. Killer Queen then gets to decide the groups and which group gets assigned which magazine, because there were different themes, including old ladies, nasty people, nasty beautiful women, and hookers. Those were the themes. So, first Killer picked the old lady theme because that's what Killer wanted, and then picked Arantxa to be their partner. So the partners are going to go as follows. Arantxa and Killer Queen obviously have the old ladies. The beautiful women are Carmen and Dovima. The whores, are Inti and Sagittaria, which means that the nasty women are Ugaseo and Poison. These groups, I think, were pretty fair, and I don't think anyone was especially upset, other than Carmen, because Carmen wanted to show a different side of her, because she felt like she had already shown enough of her beautiful side, if that makes sense, which I can understand where she's coming from, but also it is still early on in the competition, so I don't think it's that big a deal. I don't know, definitely next week she does need to show a different side, but it's not like she picked it, you know, so I don't think that's completely on Carmen's fault. Anyways. So, once they get into their groups, they're all getting ready, because they're gonna have to do a photo shoot, do all the things. At one point, Killer Queen talks about how they used to be overweight, and then they overcame that, and there was a lot of bullying attached to that, and there was a whole conversation about bullying, and I thought that was a really interesting thing to see. Obviously, that's very much a thing that they do on different seasons of Drag Race, because it's something that a lot of people in the queer community have faced growing up as children. So I thought that was a really interesting thing for them to bring up. Obviously, that happened, and then they go off to work with Supreme Deluxe, and they all have to do photo shoots, and then they have to do a lip sync, and then they have to do an acting, because the whole idea of this is they have to be a triple threat. So there's a photo shoot, which I thought was cute. I'll put pictures up around here. I thought Carmen and Sagittaria obviously look gorgeous. Inti and Carmen and Dovima. Inti and Sagittaria did a good job. I think Poopy did a really good job with Ugaseo. I think they all did a pretty good job in the photo shoots. I don't think there are any problems with that. When it came to acting, it was fine. A few people struggled for sure. I do think Inti struggled a bit with the acting because I don't think acting is very much of Inti's strong suit. Again, maybe I'm wrong. That's just my perspective. And I think Supreme was trying to help Inti out a lot with this, and it was more of a struggle than Inti had probably hoped that it would be. I don't know. Maybe that's just my perspective. Overall, I thought this was a fun challenge. I will say it wasn't my favorite challenge, but I think they did a really good job with it. I like getting to see them all go through the different parts of it. I thought that was fun. And for the lip sync, having them all on treadmill, I thought was fun. It was cute. And then obviously the acting happened. Like I said, some queens struggled, some of them excelled, as you would expect. Then we get into their runway, where the runway this week is going to be a hometown, or a look inspired by our hometown, basically. And I'm going to go ahead and give you some of my opinions. I will be going to doing a more in-depth fashion review later this week. So if you want to check that out, I will be bringing back But Is It Fashion? It's obviously been a while, but I'm bringing it back. I think overall the runway is a really good one. I really enjoyed Inti's look. I thought this was just super cool. I love a look that brings a lot of color, it's very vibrant, really special, and I honestly was really upset with the critiques that Inti got for this look, because I thought this look was so unique and so special to Inti that I loved getting to see this on the show. I also really liked Ugaseo's look, because this was a look that I feel like we haven't gotten to see on Drag Race, and I feel like it's very unique, again, to Ugaseo. Ugaseo and Inti both bring very special looks to the runways, and those two are two of my favorite runway queens. I also thought Sagittaria did a really good job. She looked very much like Aquaria in this picture to me, in this outfit. I think overall they all did pretty well with the runway. There weren't too many flops. I will say Arantxa wasn't my favorite. I feel like Arantxa's drag isn't as elevated as some of the other performers. Again, maybe that's just me. Please comment down below what you think. So that happened. Then we get to see all of their skits and all the things. Obviously, the skits all turned out pretty well. Like I said, Inti definitely struggled, And I also think there are a few other people who struggled, but Inti was very much a standout in terms of struggling for me. I will say in terms of Dovima's runway, I wasn't as big of a fan. I think one of my biggest things with this one was when Dovima said that there was a dragon aspect to it. I didn't see the dragon reference in the outfit. Maybe that's just me. That was about it for the runway. The acting, like I said, the judges were giving their critiques, and Inti was not taking these critiques very well. Inti felt like they were being very harsh towards Inti, especially compared to some of the other queens that were on the season. And I thought that was a really interesting point. I don't necessarily think they were especially hard towards Inti, but again, I wasn't there, so maybe I can't really speak to that, you know? Just from my perspective as a viewer, I wouldn't necessarily say they were extremely hard, but I could see where Inti was coming from, especially when you put so much passion and effort into your drag and what you present on the show. For them to criticize it sometimes can be very hurtful, and I completely understand that. Like, that's gotta suck. But at the same time, everyone's getting critiqued, you know? You're not the only one. I do want to talk a little bit about something that happened as the queens were walking back. Well, first, actually, we found out who was safe. The safe queens this week were Killer Queen, Ukaseo, excuse me, Carmen, and yeah, I think those were the three. I think those were the three safe. That was, I mean, they were safe, so cool, good for them. Oh, and Arantxa. Arantxa was safe. Because Arantxa did a better job with the acting. In the end, obviously, as the people are walking back, Inti kind of storms off on their own. I'm going to put a picture of this in there. Also, Inti starts to get out of drag because Inti's like, I'm quitting, I'm leaving, this isn't fair. Inti felt like they were being especially targeted by the judges, like I was saying. And also felt like just in terms of, Inti felt like the judging wasn't fair. And then, Inti starting to get out of drag. Some people are speculating that they just don't want to have to lip sync, that Inti doesn't want to have to lip sync, and then ultimately hear the word sashay away. This did make me want to bring up something actually about queens eliminating themselves and how we feel about that. Obviously, in UK Season 2, Ginny Lemon did a very similar thing where Ginny Lemon walked away before the lip sync even started. And a lot of people at that time were really upset with Ginny Lemon. But at the same time, I'm like, they don't have to do this, you know? They're choosing to come up here, right? They're also entitled to leave when they want. That's my perspective on that. So I felt bad for Inti, and I'm sad to see Inti go. But I understand where Inti is coming from, and I can definitely feel like in the moment Inti was probably very upset, and think maybe they're still upset. I don't know Inti's feelings. Obviously I don't. But I hope the best for Inti. I wish the best for Inti, and I wish we had gotten to see Inti more on the show. Even Supreme walked back into the workroom to talk to Inti about it and try to get Inti to stay. Which I thought was really a nice thing to see, that Supreme put in that effort to try to get Inti to stay. Anyways, in the end, Inti did end up leaving, and then as the queens walked back on the main stage, they declared who the winner is, and the winner this week is going to be Sagittaria, so congratulations to Sagittaria on getting your first win. Very well deserved. And then Dorvima obviously has to lip sync by themselves, and then they're all lip syncing together. It was a really special moment. I am very sad to see Inti having eliminated themselves, because Inti was one of my favorites of the season as well. But I can't put myself in Inti's shoes, and I can't necessarily see what they were going through at the moment. Anyways, that does bring me to the end of my review. If there was anything I forgot, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this episode of Drag Race España. Overall, I'm really enjoying this season. Obviously, we are only 3 episodes in, but I'm very much enjoying this season. It's very much a palate cleanser when you have another season like Down Under. So that's just me. And yeah, that does bring the end of my review. I will be back here tomorrow with another video. I'm sorry I didn't get this out to you guys earlier. I wanted to, life happens. Anyways, I will be back here tomorrow, like I said. Make sure you're hitting that like button if you like this video. Sharing this video on social media. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also be sure to check out Melting Ivy Candle Co. Like I said earlier, I will put their link down in the description. This is not a paid promotion, just to my best friends. So of course I'm going to support them. Anyways, also follow me on social media at Instagram on Instagram at SamAmateurHour and on Twitter at SamAmateurHour. And also on TikTok at SamAmateurHour. And I will see you guys later. Bye!